Triple H strips Seth Rollins of his title and fires him for this shocking reason. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we've got some truly surprising and heartwarming news from the WWE Universe. The WWE Universe is in absolute chaos tonight. Just hours after Monday Night Raw went off the air, a stunning announcement shook the wrestling world to its core. Triple H, WWE's chief content officer, has officially stripped Seth Freakin Rollins of his championship. And in an even more shocking move, he has fired Rollins from WWE entirely. Fans are left stunned, confused, and desperate for answers. Why would Triple H take such drastic action against one of WWE's biggest stars? And what exactly happened behind the scenes to lead to this explosive decision? To understand this shocking firing, we have to go back to the end of last night's Raw. Rollins was scheduled to defend his title in the main event against Sami Zayn in what was billed as a champion's proving ground match. The stakes were high. A clean one would solidify Seth's reign, but any slip-up could cost him everything. The match started with respect, but quickly turned aggressive. Seth, known for his cocky grin and taunting style, seemed unusually agitated. Every near fall made him lash out harder. By the halfway point, Seth's behavior turned disturbing, targeting Zayn's surgically repaired neck with relentless stomps, ignoring the referee's warnings. When Sami rolled to the outside for a breather, Seth followed, and then came the moment that would change everything. In front of a shocked crowd, Seth grabbed a steel chair and repeatedly attacked Sami, not just to win, but to inflict damage. The referee called for the bell, disqualifying Seth, but he didn't stop. Security rushed the ring, but Seth swung wildly at them too, knocking two officials to the floor. Backstage, chaos erupted. Cameras caught Triple H storming down the hallway, headset ripped off, shouting orders to producers. He didn't wait for Seth to come to him. He went straight to the ring. Triple H's music hit, and the crowd roared, sensing something big was about to happen. He slid into the ring, stepping directly between Seth and the battered Sami Zayn. The game's voice was ice cold. Triple H, you're done. You hear me? You're done. Rollins, breathing heavy, sneered back. Seth, don't you tell me what I can or can't do. I'm the champ. I run this place. That's when Triple H looked directly into the hard camera and delivered the bombshell. Triple H, as of this moment, Seth Rollins is stripped of the WWE Championship. And as of tonight, Seth Rollins is fired from WWE. The arena erupted in gasps, chants, and utter disbelief. Seth's face shifted from arrogance to shock to fury. Security swarmed him, dragging him up the ramp as he screamed, "You can't do this to me." Within minutes, WWE's official social media accounts posted the announcement. Effective immediately, Seth Rollins is no longer a WWE superstar. Further details will be provided on wwe.com. But the further details didn't take long to leak. According to multiple backstage reports, this firing wasn't just about what happened to Sami Zayn. It was the final straw in a string of incidents. Sources claim Seth had been increasingly volatile backstage, clashing with production staff, walking out of creative meetings, and ignoring match scripts. One insider described him as a ticking time bomb. The steel chair assault on Raw wasn't planned. Seth allegedly went off script, ignoring the agreed finish, and took liberties with Sami Zayn in the ring. Worse, when confronted backstage, Seth reportedly cursed out producers and shoved a WWE official against a wall. That's when Triple H made the call, live in the ring, to cut ties immediately. The atmosphere backstage after the firing was tense. Some wrestlers were stunned into silence. Others felt Seth had crossed the line weeks ago. Charlotte Flair, overheard speaking to Bayley, reportedly said, "You can't do that on live TV and expect to keep your job." Meanwhile, Cody Rhodes, who has had both in-ring rivalry and mutual respect with Seth, looked visibly shaken, telling reporters later, "I don't know what's going on in his head, but I hope he finds peace. This is bigger than wrestling." Sami Zayn, bruised but not seriously injured, gave a short interview backstage. "Sami, I've been in this business a long time. I've had people hit me hard. But what happened tonight wasn't wrestling. It was personal. And I don't know why. Hours after being escorted out of the building, Seth Rollins broke his silence with a late-night post on X, formerly Twitter. "You think you can erase me? I made this company relevant again. You'll regret this, Hunter. Every single one of you will." The post was quickly deleted, but not before screenshots went viral. Many fans began speculating whether Seth's words hinted at a future lawsuit or perhaps an appearance in another wrestling promotion. The next day, Triple H held a press conference at WWE headquarters. Sitting at a long table, flanked by WWE lawyers and executives, his tone was serious and unapologetic. "Triple H, this was not an easy decision. Seth Rollins is one of the most talented performers of his generation. But WWE is built on trust, professionalism, and respect for our fans, our roster, and the business itself. Last night, Seth violated that trust. He put a fellow performer at risk, he ignored our officials, and he disrespected everyone who works here. That's not something we can overlook." When asked if Seth could ever return, Triple H's answer was blunt. "Triple H, never saying never, but right now, absolutely not." Social media exploded with debate. Some fans sided with Triple H, praising him for taking a hard stance on professionalism. Others accused WWE of overreacting, claiming Seth's intensity was part of his character. One fan wrote, "If this is a work, it's the most convincing one I've ever seen." Another replied, "No, this isn't a storyline. You could see Hunter's face. That was real anger." With Seth Rollins stripped of the championship, WWE announced that a tournament would begin next week to crown a new champion. Rumors suggest major names like Cody Rhodes, Gunther, and Drew McIntyre will be involved. But the shadow of Seth Rollins' firing looms over the competition. Whoever wins the belt will inherit not only the gold, but the controversy. This shocking chapter in WWE history leaves more questions than answers. Was Seth Rollins truly out of control, or is there more to the story? Will we ever see him step foot in a WWE ring again, or has one of the greatest of this era just burned his last bridge? One thing is certain, Triple H's decision sent a clear message. In WWE, no one is untouchable. Thanks for watching, folks. This was one for the history books. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more deep dives into the biggest moments in wrestling. Until next time, keep it locked and keep it wrestling. One fan wrote, "If this is a work, it's the most convincing one I've ever seen." Another replied, "No, this isn't a storyline. You could see Hunter's face. That was real anger." With Seth Rollins stripped of the championship, WWE announced that a tournament would begin next week to crown a new champion. Rumors suggest major names like Cody Rhodes, Gunther, and Drew McIntyre will be involved. But the shadow of Seth Rollins' firing looms over the competition. Whoever wins the belt will inherit not only the gold, but the controversy.